Welcome to Let's De-Stress Podcast. This is a disclaimer. I am not a licensed doctor or therapist in regards to the topics of this podcast. All responses are based off personal opinions and research done beforehand. If you or someone you know is dealing with a mental health crisis, contact the National Mental Health Hotline at 866-903-3787. All calls are free of charge and confidential. Let's de-stress together. What is going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys tuning in to another edition of Let's De-Stress. Thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast episode. Before we get into it, let's talk about how you can listen to Let's De-Stress in a variety of different podcasts. Allow me to introduce to you Spotify for Creators. Spotify for Creators is a free app available for Android and iPhone users. If you're looking to start your very own podcast, I highly recommend you download the app. If you're looking to listen to, like as I already mentioned before, listen to podcasts such as Let's De-Stress and tons of others out there, it's a good app to download as well. Remember to check out Spotify for Creators. Look for the logo of the purple circle with the lines through it. It looks just like the Spotify one. Biggest difference, purple circle instead of a green circle. All right, now that we're got that out the way, let's talk about what this episode is going to entail. So if you guys remember, I did mention something about talking about happiness. If you go back to episode 193, that's the key term happiness. And episode 194 is hedonic happiness. These are different. It's a different type of happiness. So today we're going to look at another form of happiness called eudaimonic. Eudaimonic. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I definitely looked at the pronunciation through YouTube to make sure I don't butcher it. But just so you guys want to know how it's spelled, it's Eudaimonic. Eudaimonic happiness. That is what we're talking about. So what does that mean? It's a fancy word to say, but I'm sure you guys would like the breakdown. And you know me, I always have a definition and I love to break it down. So, eudaimonic. It is a type of happiness that comes from finding purpose and meaning in life. It's also pursuit of long-term fulfillment that involves self-improvement and living virtuously. So let's go back to that first definition there. So it's a type of happiness that comes from finding purpose and meaning in life. That's what we're all looking for. We're finding our purpose. I remember for the longest time, I got to tell you guys a little bit of a story. We all like to think that we know what our purpose is in life. And so I'm one of those people that thought that as well. But my purpose, I felt like for the longest time, was to please everyone. No matter if it's friends or family, please everybody, right? But when I started going about that purpose, right? I started going about it and I realized how unhappy I was, but I was seeing everyone else being happy. So I'm sacrificing my own happiness and giving happiness to others. So then I had to sit back and think, laying in bed thinking about it, this isn't right. How is it that I'm the one suffering by not having happiness and everyone else gets theirs? That doesn't make sense to me. So in that case, when you're finding your purpose and meaning in life, I was losing my meaning in life because this can't be right. It can't be right. I got to reevaluate this because I don't think this is the purpose that God was telling me to do. It can't be. There's no way. I refuse to believe it. So then backtracking, letting some time pass, I go back to it. I'm like, you know what? I think I found my purpose. And you guys want to know what I believe it is? And I'm still going about it to this day, by the way. Just keep that in mind. I believe that my new purpose is to love everyone. Show love, show that generous heart, show kindness, show respect to those around you, whether they deserve it or don't deserve it, right? Whether it's, obviously you're going to respect your family, of course, but respect your friends, your peers, your coworkers. You show that type of respect. And I saw my meaning of life. I felt happy because I'm not trying to pretend to be someone that I'm not. This is the full version of me. This is the uncut, unrated, unedited, whatever you want to talk about. This is the real me. Like what you're seeing is the real deal, right? And that's how it should be. So with eudaimonic, happiness, it is a type where you find your purpose. And I think that's where it starts off with. In reaching happiness, you got to find your purpose. And you can ask your friends and folks and stuff like, what do you think my purpose is? They're not going to be able to give you that answer because they're not you. You are only you, right? And in order to find said purpose, we have to go on a journey. We have to go on our own quest. We have to go through our own trials and tribulations and see what it is that we know to be our purpose, right? And the second definition of eudaimonic, again, we're going to read it again. Pursuit of long-term fulfillment that involves self-improvement and living virtuously. Self-improvement. That's also a big part of life. And I'm starting to see that for myself. Dealing with depression, I've gone through some self-improvement of how I go about it. I just had a great conversation with my grandfather about this too. And, he was talking about how you're growing and you are self-improving and, you're pointing out your physical, spiritual, and mental, mindset. You're attacking all of those, throughout your day. Physical, obviously being the physical, walking, moving aspects of stuff. Your intellect is big. Your spiritual health is big. And so when we talked about that, it made me feel good because if he saw it, and I'm feeling that, I'm feeling all of that within me right now, that is self-improvement. That is a long-term fulfillment that not everyone can say that they're at right now. You could be at one of the three of those. You could be good. You could probably be good spiritually, but mentally and physically, you're not there. You could be there mentally, but physically and spiritually is not quite where you want it to be. So to be at all three and truly feel what it does for you, giving you that purpose and that meaning in life, is absolutely incredible. This is a different type of happiness. Whereas the hedonic happiness, if you guys remember, we're going to read that definition too, because it has been a minute. But also, if you guys want to get more coverage on that one, make sure to peek back into episode 194. But again, hedonic happiness, the definitions that we had for that was a way of thinking that focuses on enjoying pleasurable experiences and avoiding pain. The shorter term for that is think sex, drugs, and rock and roll. They are happiness. They bring happiness to people. It's an immediate happiness. It's not a long-term, life-fulfilling happiness. Because think about it. Sex comes and goes. Drugs come and go. It's just that immediate happiness that you're getting right now. Whereas eudaimonic is more, again, that fulfillment, that long-term, that self-improvement, finding your purpose and meaning in life. That's the goal that we want. What is your purpose in life? What does life mean to you? Are we going through a self-improvement phase? Is it a long-term fulfillment that you want to keep going on? That same path, right? It's a different type of happiness. They both lead to that. They both make you happy. One is for the immediate time. The other one is for roads and roads along the way, right? That's the happiness that you really want to seek. And again, I'm not saying one is better, but again, a short-term happiness versus a long-term happiness. Let me know which one you guys are picking in this day and age. That's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Again, we talked about happiness, eudaimonic happiness, and we talked about hedonic happiness. We still have 2 more forms of happiness to talk about, which we will cover. So don't worry about that. Again, I want to keep my word on making sure we deliver these messages so you guys actually get to hear what's going on and how the podcast is running. So again, much love. I will catch up with y'all next time.